welcome to the Zoom with monotypes. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, talk about what instruments you play, or if you sing and where you're at right now, go for it.
I'm Donny. I sing and I write lyrics, and to be honest, that's it. And I'm in Ireland currently, Galway.
My name is Tristus Boyd. I am the guitarist, occasional vocalist, producer, sometimes drummer of monotypes, and I'm currently in Houston, Texas. Um,
That's awesome. Are there any other members of your band that aren't currently here with us today?
yes, there's Owen and there's Callahan, and one one is also in Galway somewhere, probably skateboarding and smoking cigarettes, and the other one is working a very underpaid job in Brighton, UK.
So you guys are kind of all over different parts of the world right now a little bit. How did you all meet?
I met Donny in college. I don't know if you can really call it college, but it was a technical institute. We took the same course in music production, and both of us were idiots. And Donny thought he was gonna be an EDM producer, and I thought I was gonna play guitar in a sludge metal band. But my mom forced me to take the course, so I did. And then we met and we started recording horrible music together.
Yeah.
All because he wanted to try this mic in my house. And then we and then we realized that we love each other. And it was a great love story ever since then. And then we met Owen through a mutual friend, and he was supposed to be the guitarist in our band. And there's a different artist called Niall Tarmy that was a part of our band for the first month, and then he started to not show up to practice. He was supposed to play bass, and then Owen downgraded to bass from rhythm guitar. But then we met Callahan. We met Cal. Um, he was also in the same college as us, but like 2 years later, and he was doing like a music performance course, and it was like the end of year gig, and he just played "Where's My Mind" by the Pixies with some lineup that they had going on. And I saw him, I was like, I don't know, like we can try this guy for drums. But then we invited him to practice, and we were like, yeah, this guy's chill as hell. So, and he plays very reliably, so we're gonna keep him. But
I'm
now,
not.
it sounds very, like, I know it sounds very proletarian or whatever, you know. But like, no, we're all very good friends. And ever since we started practicing, we just kind of became super close. And I mean, the first summer that we played together, that was when we were like a super duper good band. And it's all
Now we're
downhill.
washed.
It's all downhill since that. Like,
It's good to hear that music has kind of brought you guys together. I mean, you, I think that you guys make a really great sound from what I've heard. I've listened to like your albums, your singles, everything. What was like the first piece of music that you guys put together and you were like, yeah, this is it. We're like definitely a band now.
well, originally, I forgot to mention that the band was made only because we made Donnie's first album, which was I bleached my voice on psychedelics, and then we were like, well, we gotta gig this somehow, and then the band was put together solely just to like play his music live. Um, and then after a while, we just started jamming, and we were like, well, we can't just be like Donnie and Friends or something, or like Donnie and the Monotypes. So we were like, let's just do a separate thing from the Donnie name, and then we just do something completely different there. But live, we'll still play some Donnie songs and some Monotype songs. So that was the stuff for a while. It was like that. But the first piece of music, to actually answer the question, the first piece of music that we like wrote together, I think there's this track called System Overload that's on our first EP, um, which is like a very sort of like, it sounds very unfinished, but that was the first track that we like wrote together.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be a Donny song as well,
Yeah.
initially. Yeah.
lyrically at least, I think, because you wrote the lyrics a while before that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Donnie, are you the one who mainly writes all the lyrics, or do each of the band members kind of partake in creating their own bits and then you fuse it all together?
Um. No, so like it's either me or Tristus Boyd. I mean, it's just the two of us writing lyrics. And I think it's fairly 50-50, which is unfair towards him. But I mean, it depends on the day. Like, sometimes I write a lot, and sometimes he does. So
Yeah, but it's like it's very rare. The only song I think on our last record, um, that kind of happened that way was "My Head Was Found Up North." It's just a song that I wrote for myself, but then I brought it to the band, and then I got Donnie to sing the first verse and the choruses. But those are all my lyrics. But then he wrote this beautiful bridge for it, so we kept that. Um, and yeah, so it's like kind of 50-50, but it's all just kind of he wrote it, I sang it, I wrote it, he sang it, but then we write for ourselves as well. But lyrics, oh well, actually, we can't forget Owen. There's a few tracks where Owen has his spoken word and poems on the last record. So he does some of that as well. Cal is like not trying to say anything anyway, so that's Cal.
And do you guys also write like the instrumental bits, like guitar and bass like that, or do you leave that to the people who play their instruments?
Yeah, so that is also very much shared. Like if I came up with a drum beat, Cal can play it, or then if he came up with it, we might keep it, but then someone would say like, "Oh, go like this or go like that." But I'd say probably 50% of the time we kind of just like add our own. But then sometimes Donnie picks up like a guitar or a bass and kind of noodles around on it, and then I'm like, "Oh, we can actually turn that into something." So I'd say yeah, we're very much like free with that. Like whoever came up with whoever is just when we play it live or when we record it, we just play that instrument, but whoever wrote it, you know.
That's so cool. And speaking of live shows, where in the world has been like your favorite place to play live? Like your favorite venue or your favorite, I don't know, area of wherever?
I mean, we didn't play in many places to be
No, but
fair,
we
but
hate them all. Like we hate them all.
nah, nah, nah. To be honest, like
Like,
Ars na Gael, this like the
it's
smallest place you can imagine in Galway City. That's probably like the birthplace
yeah. Well,
of most bands around here. But that I think that was the most fun we had at any show. To be honest, whenever we did a gig there, was most of except like one or two. It was very good. I think.
yeah. It's just a sweat box with like a horrible house drum kit. The like sound guy. There's like it was a few sound guys there, but like the two the two that are usually there are just like off their head, like drinking. So the sound is like very much hit or miss, but the room is always like so full that it's like it's not really about the sound, it's just more about the energy. So it's like it kind of made sense every time.
It smells bad too.
Yeah, it smells horrible
You
in
can see
there.
like sweat dripping off the walls and stuff. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
cool.
just vapor. But now Ars Naguel is way different because it closed down for like a long time, and they were like remodeling or something. And now you have to speak Irish to actually I think perform there or something like that. I heard something like that about it, that it's just very sort of Irish place.
Come to Delaware.
Oh, we will. We really wanna tour in 2026. So I don't know. I'm gonna be the one who's pushing for like as many dates as possible in every state and every town. And the one cool thing about this stuff doing kind of better on Spotify is that like people do hit us up and they're always like, "Man, come to I don't know, name any town in Nebraska." They're like, "Yeah, dude, come here. Like I showed your music to all of my friends." Then
Yeah.
I'm imagining the gig, and I'm like, it's gonna be some dude's like basement with like 13 people there. But guess what? It'd probably be fun.
I know you also mentioned that your music has been like doing better lately, and I've seen a couple of like fans and stuff talking about that on the internet. Um, too. When did you guys like notice that that has been happening?
To be honest, like when it really picked up was like 2 months ago, I'd say.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's when it really picked up. I think I just went I just went on Spotify. I checked the band's page, and it had 50,000 plays on Never Sold, Never Sold Out, that song. And I was driving to work to some apartment, 'cause I work as an internet technician right now. And I was driving to work. It was like 8 a.m. I just saw that. I was like, you know what? Like, we gotta bring the band together again, because we broke up for a year because I moved here. And then I was like, oh yeah, this is what, 50,000 streams. Like, this is amazing. We gotta do this again, and just put out more music so that something good might happen.
Now
Um,
it's at 560. That's crazy.
no, it's 591. I checked today. Now it's a numbers game. Now we're all about the
Whoa.
streams. Where's the
Whoa.
money? Where's the money? Where's the money?
It's really like the album reached like 200K and then it just took off from there, which was because now it's nearly at a mil. So that's crazy.
The album, that is.
The album, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found you guys like again a year ago when your like album first came out. I was just like shuffled in Spotify, just like recommended. I think it was My Head Was Found Up North was the first song that I ever heard from you guys, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I need more.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think our like influences are? Like, what do you hear in our music? I'm very interested to know.
Oh, that's a really, I would say, it just sounds kind of very like shoegazy, like title fight, but like a little bit softer. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's right on the nose, I'd say.
Yeah, you're pretty close there.
To anybody that's listening on the radio, describe your sound to somebody who's never heard any of your songs before.
You,
Provocative.
the most profound, thought-provoking. Fuck.
Yeah.
Nah, nah. Yeah, I would just say, like, the if it's the last record, I can describe the album. It's like, you know, main influence, I'd say 40% is classic rock. Something like Foo Fighters, because I don't think that it's necessarily very like searching for some insane sound. Like, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Um, but I'd say if you like Title Fight, especially, you're probably gonna like our music. And if you heard Slint before, um, you will appreciate the sort of more dissonant moments on the album. Um, but I would categorize it as probably like pop rock anyway. I just believe that our aesthetic um doesn't is not really in line with a lot of the modern bands, and how they like to, I guess, mix and lay their music out on record. Um, because the whole concept of that record is like, what kind of album would Steve Albini mix in 2001? That's the name of the record. Lucky for Some, 2001. Which, that's just me trying to get to the bottom of the Steve Albini sound and failing miserably, I think. But it sounds close enough, I guess, for untrained ear. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it was more about the aesthetic anyway. But I would just say, yeah, like elements of post-hardcore, a lot of pop. Because at the end of the day, like, Donny has always said that his main two influences just in music are Michael Jackson and 50 Cent. And then my then mine is probably like, I don't know, Title Fight, and like, I don't know, Nirvana's In Utero album in particular.
And you can definitely hear all four of those artists throughout the entire album.
I'd be interested to like know where the 50 Cent one like
It's
jumps
just
in.
everywhere, all
I
over.
th- I think I think I think it's maybe just Dogpile, that song where Donnie is forced to like rap a little bit.
I was trying to do like a little like Playboy Cardi kind of thing. But it, like that's what I was going for. I mean, it was a horrible attempt, but I feel like I mean
If
it
it
did what it
suits
needed
the
to do.
song,
So,
probably.
yeah.
So that's like your musical inspiration, but do you have any like life experience inspiration that you take and you put into your songs?
I think like I love writing about war for some reason. My wife escaped war a couple of years ago, and like for me, I've just been learning more and more about the place that she's from, which is Ukraine, and like it's really close to my home country, and like I try to understand the pain of that place. I've been to Ukraine a couple of times, so I've seen it, up close after the war had started there. And yeah, I love to write songs about war. I don't know for what reason, but I just think like if I wrote a song about something that matters, I guess that matters a little bit more. I used to write about girls and relationships, and I still do from time to time. But I think like there's a couple of songs on the record as well where I guess I just explore my own delusions a little bit. It's like self analysis kind of thing. That's kind of been like the thing for me, but I don't know how it is for Donnie.
For me, it was mainly just girls, to be honest, for a long time, and then ever since I have a girlfriend, finally, I'm not an incel. I I had to start like exploring some weird places because it was very interesting because I just kind of felt like it was wrong for me to write certain things after you know getting into a relationship, and then I started exploring some very weird places, especially on Lucky for You, lucky for Some 2001. It's lucky for you though. Um, like there is some songs that are just about like I don't even know if I should mention, but like it's just like serial killer, stalker kind of things. It's like just exploring the darkest things I can because especially that time when I was fresh into the relationship, it was like I was searching for some sort of thing to write about. At that time, especially for that album, it was I was very much just got into like writing about some weird things, like especially Street Fight. Like that's just like a stalker story, just kind of written into
But
a
it
nice
it
little
but it
jingle.
yeah, it does sound like just like a love ballad or something.
Yeah,
But also about the lyrical contents and stuff. I guess before we made the first EP, like I really wanted Monotypes to be like less restrained than Donny's music, because Donny's music like it has a clear sort of like a clearer path. It's like when you put on a Donny song, like there might be a journey into like some weirder sounds or weirder sound aesthetics, but you're gonna probably get a kick chorus that you can sing along to. And that was like that one thing that it's like whenever we get into do a Donny song or album, it was like, all right, that has to be there. That's like one of the things. But for Monotypes, it was like, let's just do like whatever, write about whatever, just like let it out. Like if we're screaming for half the song like about some nonsense, like I did for a song called Freak on the first EP. Like if we're doing that, we're doing that. It's just like doesn't all have to be like some concept or like a clear message. It's like we just want to play music that we like and that sounds good, and you can go crazy too.
Yeah, I think that's really important is that artists who are making their music make the sounds that they want to share with the world. So I also noticed that you guys have something coming out December 19th.
Yeah, that's two
Yeah,
days from now.
I
Yay.
yay. Do you want to give away any like little spoilers about any themes or anything like that that are coming out?
um
it's just re-up.
it's a song called Re-Up. It's yeah, it's a great little pop song, like no, it's
It
it's
is.
not
I
that.
feel like it is a fairly pop sounding song.
they're gonna love the chorus though. Like
Um,
I think people are gonna love the chorus of the song. It's so sing along like, you just wanna scream it. But the song is slow. It's not very fast. But it has this kind of like a hip hop headbanging groove to it that I think is tight. Like I think it's very tight.
Is this song the beginning to possibly more music, or are you just kind of putting this out for now to see how things go?
I think both. I every day is different. Like I think to myself like, oh yeah, this is just to see how something something will do or whatever. Like how this does, with all the new listeners that we got. I don't know. I really want it to be a part of a bigger thing. So we'll see. We'll see.
hopefully, hopefully that's part of a bigger thing.
But also like for listeners that really love the Lucky for Some album, I think the sound aesthetic is a little bit different now. Like, it's not gonna sound like a sequel to that, I don't think. It's gonna
Mhm.
sound a little bit different.
Would you say that you've now kind of evolved your sound, like you've graduated from the Lucky for Some kind of album and you've moved on to, or you've like pivoted to a different kind of sound?
Yeah, I think we pivoted to a different sound because I've started listening to just less music from the 90s and way more music from the 2000s, and just been kind of like analyzing how songs did in that time and the kind of like production techniques that were used then and what was allowed and what was not allowed in those songs and what made the songs cool. And I guess I just want to like steal more elements from the 2000s rather than from the 90s this time around, I guess, which doesn't sound, very noble, but I always, go off the quote that it's like good artists borrow, great artists steal. So I just say steal. Donnie, do you want to add to that? I'm sorry. Like,
I don't know. I do think it's different, but at the same time, I do like if you're gonna listen to the song, I still think it has that monotypes thing,
mm-hmm.
So like it is different, but at the same time, it's still us. So
I think if you heard a lot of music from us before and you hear this randomly, I think you're gonna be like, is that monotypes, man?
How did you guys come up with the name monotypes?
that's a I don't know.
Oh, it's so dumb. It's like the dumbest thing on planet Earth, man. Me and Donnie were driving somewhere, and this was around the time that we were gonna, make the band or whatever. And just think like, man, like how they say stereotypes. It's like, man, it's like music. Like you have stereo, and then you have mono, like monotypes. But then like there's a whole like art type,
It's like an
like
art form or something.
yeah. It's like the people make
Motif,
monotypes.
is
It's
that
like
what it's
this.
called?
No, it's like they do the thing under the glass, and it's called
Well,
monotypes.
I know, but it's like
Yeah,
was
and
it? I forgot.
but then I just told everyone like, yeah, monotypes. It was like, oh man, is it because of like stereotypes? And I was like, yeah, yeah. And then after a while, like we noticed that there's like two other bands that are called the monotypes with the and the capitalized T and the capitalized M. But we were just like, all right, the one thing that will just like, differentiate us will be the lowercase m and the full
Stop.
stop at the end. That will be us. And then I've since like 2022, I think there was like 9 different occasions where I was like, guys, do you want to change the name? Should we change the name? Especially right before the first EP came out, I was like, man, do you want to change the name like to something better? Because this is. And they were like, nah, man, people already know us. Like it's like 30 people in Galway knew us. Like it would have changed nothing. They were like, nah, man. Mm-mm. So there you go. Monotypes, stereotypes, stupidity.
Do you still think about changing the name, or are you just like, no, we're monotypes
It's
now?
too
Ah,
late
well,
now.
well,
It's too
now,
late
now is
now.
now is just too late. Like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
You can't do that because then
Exactly.
people are not gonna know. It's like it's like
It's
all
those
social
30 people,
media. Yeah, well, it's all social media. People's attention spans are so short. Not to say that everyone's more stupid, but it's just like you're not gonna give as much time to your um entertainment as much as you did in the 90s or whatever when you purchased the CD. They're like, yeah, and John plays bass, and he's just amazing. He lives in this tiny apartment in Providence, Rhode Island. It's amazing, and you don't know these things about your people that you listen to now because you just don't care. You're like, I like this song, and then I can turn it off anytime I want, and then I can skip into 50 seconds of it, and then whatever. But 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you were like, yeah, let me put the needle on the record and like let me listen to this entire thing. So I feel like even changing your name, people are not gonna keep up. It's difficult.
Yeah.
So, what is like the earliest memory that you guys have of like anything related to music? Like the first time you picked up an instrument, or like maybe you listened to a song when you were really young and you were that kind of sparked your love for music.
When I first heard a 50 Cent song, probably.
The camera zoom is
No,
crazy.
no, no. Anyways, so no, it wasn't 50 Cent. I'm pretty sure like the first time I was like, oh, music is like the coolest thing was when I seen like Thriller by Michael Jackson. I don't know. To me, that was just like there was a VHS tape of the Thriller music video, and I seen that, and I was like, holy, this is it. That's very cool. And then, I tried to impersonate him a few times. Anyways, that was the first one to me, for me, anyways.
Michael Jackson Thriller, that's like the one of the coolest things that you can see to get introduced to music, I think. It's just undeniably good. It was recorded, the vocals were recorded with the same mics that we have. So there you go. Like this is why we use these mics and why we love them so much. We're like, yo, it sounds
Anytime,
good, but it's like if you ever think about getting a new mic, just remember that Michael Jackson recorded Thriller on one of these things.
so anytime we ever talk about these mics, that is always mentioned.
It always comes up. And then for me, I think, oh man, it's crazy. I think one of my first like core memories was like sitting on my dad's lap as he's programming a song on one of these like old school Roland keyboards, and he's like, oh, and now we're gonna do the drums, and he's like playing in the drum track or whatever, because my dad was a wedding musician back in the day, and we were doing that, and then I remember being in grocery stores like going around like on y- playing like drum beats with my hands on like beer cans and stuff, and then yeah, but I think like the first thing, I think I was maybe 4 or 5. My mom saw like a Eric Clapton CD in like a secondhand store, and she brought it to me and was like, "Yo, put this on. There's a guitar on it. You seem to be into that." Like, and then I put it on, and it was Eric Clapton. The song was Cocaine, and I just fell in love with that. And then it was like a Bon Jovi phase because my mom was like, "Yeah, Bon Jovi used to be big when I was young." And then I was like, I was listening to nothing but Bon Jovi like exclusively for like a year and a half. And then I found like Metallica through my brother, and then more Bon Jovi, and then Blink 182. And I think that's where we've stopped. Like that's it. Blink 182 was definitely like, yeah, this is it. This is me.
Yeah, I know like my dad was like an 80s metalhead, so he's kind of passed on that side of his life to me. So I think just like if your parents have a good background in music, it's a great way for you to kind of enter the scene of whatever scene they're a part of, and then from there you can branch out and experience your own things, which is awesome.
A lot of the like me growing up, a lot of the underground stuff, well, any underground music like didn't really reach Lithuania because I was born like only 10 years after the Soviet Union. So like anything that was like not the biggest bands was just like unheard of. And especially like, late 2000s, like when I started to gain consciousness and started going to school, like, electronic music and, pop, a lot of programmed kind of computer music started to take off, and it wasn't cool anymore to listen to rock. But I was always like a rock fan. So I it just made me feel like that much cooler to listen to it and be like, no one knows about whatever the hell I was listening to, be it Title Fight or something.
Do you guys have any like advice you would give to people who are just starting out in their own band? Like anything to be like, don't do this or do this when you start your band or anything like that?
Don't start a band like at all.
It's a waste of
No,
time.
no, like no, do start a band, but only if you only if you feel like 100% with your heart that it's like I'm gonna waste a lot of time. I'm gonna lose a lot of nerves doing this. I'm gonna hate most of what this comes with. But guess what? I love it enough for me to do this. If you have that, then you're sorted. You're good for life. If you're cool with all of the like nonsense that comes with it, like your interpersonal relationships, like being very shaky, dealing with like some asshole who doesn't want your band to sound good on stage in front of 15 people, carrying equipment for like 9 blocks to get to where you parked your car and getting rained on while that's going on. Like if you're cool with all of that, you're gonna be all
You
right.
need patience.
But if you just think like, oh yeah, we're gonna start a band, is gonna this and this is gonna happen. Like, I mean, it
I
might,
feel like you
but
gotta go with no expectations. That's kind of the only thing you can do. Because if you go in with expectations, you're just gonna be disappointed all, all the time.
yeah, just every day you're like,
Yeah.
oh, am I still going to my 9 to 5? Yes. Okay. Well, all right. I think the music that I'm making can reach millions of hearts. But you're like, okay, I'm gonna have to deal with this customer of a company whose values I don't agree with at all, and I'm gonna have to smile at them. But again, if that's worth it for you, then it's worth it. But if we're talking about like actual advice, I think just learn how to record stuff properly. Because I think gigging is one thing, and if you can play real well, it's a huge plus, and you're probably gonna do way better for it. But you gotta learn how to record yourself and how to do everything yourself. Because if stuff doesn't go right, and you spent an X amount of money for some to record you, and you wasted all this money and your music went nowhere, I feel like we've never done that, um, but I feel like that will hurt so much more because we've done it all in house, all ourselves, all DIY, and then it's like, all right, well, if it didn't work out, I guess we just wasted time. But like wasting, your hard-earned money for that is, I think it hurts a little bit more.
So you said that you've like mixed and then produced and then done all of the technical stuff. Who is the main person responsible for that?
Yeah,
It's
that
Mr. Tristan.
Trist, Tristan, Dave Tristan. Um, yeah, that'd be me. That'd be me. I take care of all that stuff.
Are you like self-taught or did you like
So,
learn when you were at your technical school?
well, yeah. So when we went to the technical school, I didn't learn much there because, I mean, they were teaching the basics, and I really wanted to like get my hands on like a proper mixing console and stuff, and all that stuff. They did have some of it, but like we didn't really have access to it all that much. So I kind of went there because my mom really wanted to, not my mom really wanted me to go and do that. And then I think it was like we started in September and it was August, and I had to send like a letter to them that I want to start. But I really didn't want to send a letter. It was right after school, right after I graduated. But then I really wanted to go to this party, and there was this girl there, and I was like, oh man, let me go to that party. And then my mom's like, send a letter to them. You're starting school next month, and then when I see that you have it sent, then I'll let you go to the party. So that's what I did. But yeah, mostly self-taught. Yeah. Um, but thank God I went because monotypes wouldn't exist.
I know a lot
That's
of
true.
other music outside of monotypes.
Well, yeah.
Donnie, do you want to talk about some of your music that you've made?
Um, I don't have to.
No, you you don't have
No,
to.
I mean, I can. I guess I can. Yeah. I mean, it's great music. it's very different to the monotype stuff. But the great thing about it is me and this guy
Again,
basically
like
again. Yeah, because like without him, to be honest, the Donny music would have never happened. Because he's a massive part of that sound also. But yeah, I mean it's a bit more pop and a bit more alternative
it's more computer
something.
involved, like.
Yeah, definitely a lot more computer stuff on
But
there.
it's nice computer. It's not those evil AI computer stuff. Like it's not like that.
No.
It's cool computer. It's like nice psychedelic computer stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say about it. Go listen to From Alora. It's a great album. That's all I have to. By Donny.
Yeah, by the way, we're not I don't think we're one of those bands. I think, well, at least me and Donnie, like we're not 19-year-old kids that are like, yeah, like I guess it's good, or like, yeah, my music sucks. And then they're like, they have like a cult following. They're like, yeah, I just don't think it's that good. Like, I don't think that we think that it's the best, but
But
like
it's
if
up
we
there.
it's up there for us because we make the music that we want to hear. So it's like we are kind of proud of it. I do always hear my mistakes because I always just like listen to it very critically. But I don't know. I like it. It makes me happy to hear it. I don't know. I'm proud that we did it. So um that's
So,
why. Cause I don't know. I think the humble element is very important in being a musician, but because it just hit me when Donnie was like, "Oh man, listen to From Alora. It's a great album." Then I was like,
no, but like,
but no, no, but I was like, like he is right though. I do think that it's awesome. It has its shortcomings, but like so does everything else.
You guys should be proud of your work. I mean, I think it's like, I think it's really good. I think it's like some of the better stuff that I've listened to.
Well, thank you. Thanks for getting it too though, because I feel like there's like the iceberg or whatever. You gotta go a certain level of like depth into like
Oh yeah.
underground music to like get it, I guess.
hmm
Because you can't. I don't think you can show this to like a 45-year-old Karen, and she'll be like, "Yeah, this is awesome." I'd love to play a college show. It's that vibe of Donnie. What was that thing? That Fugazi live show, like the
oh
crazy
yeah,
one where they play "Shut the Door." Oh
I
man,
couldn't tell you the name of
and
it, but
they
it's
they're playing in some college, and it's just like amazing. There's like just the gym lights are on, so like there's no like stage setup. There is a stage, but it's not like a huge like concert vibe. It's just like the lights of the gym are on, and they're just going crazy. Like nothing on top, just a band, a crowd. That's it. Like I'd love that. That'd be awesome.
I'm down.
What is your guys' like end goal when you're making music? Do you just want to have like 1 billion listeners and then you'd be happy with that?
Uh, to be honest, for me personally, I think Tristus feels the same, but I just want to be able to have that freedom of all I have to do is work on music and like perform it sometimes, but I just want to be able to make art and that's it, you know? Like I don't really need billions of streams per se. I don't think I don't think that's fun. From what it seems like, it seems a bit, you know, weird. People with like following you and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, point is, I just want to be able to, live off my art, and that's it.
Yeah, I think it's the same for me. Just waking up in interesting geographical location. Um, it's like raining, but I can see some mountains going on. And then I go downstairs, and it's Donny making breakfast,
I go
and
downstairs and
he's
it's Donny.
and he's playing a beat that he made on FL Studio through the
FL
through the
Studio. They
through
should
the
never
through the
mention that.
Yamaha NS10s, and it's blaring in the living room, and then I'm like, let's work on this. You know, that's the worries that I want to have in my life, you know. Aside from all the life stuff, like sending packages to different countries and fixing your car or whatever, you know, those things can stay. I mean, they're there for everyone. It's just that juggling all of this stuff, like work and then work on music, and it's like I'd rather just have the work on music part and then everything else. Like I feel like that's enough. But also I think that could be really happy just if the guys flew in, we practiced for like a month, and then we went on tour for like 8 months. Like that's fine by me. Like a constant trip somewhere, constant on the go playing music. That's good enough for me too.
If you guys could go anywhere in the world to tour, where would be like your number one spot to play at?
Mm,
Bosnia.
Boston. Yeah, actually, that's the thing. Like, yeah, because, you know, a lot of these bands, like US bands and stuff, like, even when they get bigger, or any artist really, like, they always skip the Balkans. They never play shows in the Balkans. They never play shows in Africa. They never play shows like in a lot of the Southeast Asian countries. It's you only see them do that when they fall off, you know. But I feel like keeping it, you know, being one step below that type of success where you're like, I didn't need to fall off to go to those places. I don't know. I think it would just be so awesome, you know. Regardless if those places have like a inner underground rock culture or whatever, I think it's just still, I think it'd be so awesome just to go to like, I don't know, Albania. And we're like, yeah, we went to Albania to do a show. You know, I don't want to have some countries that would be
Just think for a place.
blacklisted. But I think like number one place to play, I don't know. It's always like on some sentimental like nonsense. I'd love to like tour a lot of places that like I have not seen before, and then after all of that, just come back and play a show at Ars Naguel, like the first headline show that we played in Galway. Like that, I think that would be so awesome. Just to be like, yeah, I came back to play here just to remember what it feels like, you know. But that's like a future
Yeah, very
endeavor
much.
anyway, you know. Um, but from like some big places, like I don't know, there's not
I feel
really.
like just some festivals would be sick. Like
Yeah,
I think
that's it.
um I don't know many festivals down in the U.S. up in the
Well,
U.S.
like there's
whatever sideways in the
Coachella,
U.S.
man, Lollapalooza,
Yeah, I feel like
Lollapalooza, man.
for me it would be cool to do like what's Tyler the Creator's festival? Uh,
Oh
whatever that
man,
is. That.
I'm too out of tune for that.
It's like I had it. Um,
Oh, you know,
whatever.
Glastonbury. Glastonbury is cool, and
Oh
then
yeah, that would be cool as well.
no, Tea in the Park. Tea in the Park. That'd be awesome, actually. Yeah, let's just say Tea in the Park. Why not? UK or Scotland? I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's still UK, Scotland. Yeah, Tea in the Park. You
For
can
those
cut
American listeners, do you want to explain what those festivals are?
tea in the. Oh man, look up like 2011 Arctic Monkeys Tea in the Park. Absolute rocker. Like it's insane. Arctic Monkeys played so good that year, and the crowd was just like massive, and it's like 60,000 people, and like everyone's drunk. It's just it's awesome. But in the U.S., if we had to play in the U.S., I don't know, man. There's like I'm not too familiar with like the crazy venues, but you know we need to. I think we need to bring Woodstock back. I know what happened in '99, but you know if we promise them that it's gonna be okay this time, and all of the atrocities that happened then won't happen, I think Woodstock 2029, for example,
The anniversary style.
and yeah, 30th anniversary.
I think that'd be sick. To be fair.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be, yeah. Yeah, we should bring that back.
but we need
Yeah.
to promise them like that nothing bad will happen. Like
That
we need to get insurance
yeah.
companies involved. Like we need to get
I'm sure they had some. No.
well, of course, like that's one of the procedures to do. But we need
I
to get a
know.
lot of them involved so that none of
Yeah.
them pull out. And everyone gets compensated just in case something happens.
Yeah.
So are you guys currently, I mean, you've got your single coming out, but do you guys have any more like music that or like any ideas of music or anything that you've got kind of like stored away right now that you're thinking about releasing in like future months?
Mm, I don't know if we should. I don't know if we should answer that. Yeah, yeah. So, I would say that we're definitely gonna put out a record in 2026. With a lot of bangers on it. We're trying to experiment with stuff. Some perhaps some Mediterranean style elements in the music at times. I guess it's gonna be less classic rock this time around and more, more searching for some new sound, more avant edge, I guess.
Big hype.
Yeah, big hype, but still, we got Donny, all caged up, writing kick choruses. He's gonna be he's gonna be caged in the studio. I'm gonna keep him hungry for those choruses. You know what I'm saying? It's
Kinda fell off my chorus game, but
no. No, don't tell him that yet. Don't tell him that
okay.
yet.
Alright.
This next single is big, boomy chorus with
Dude, it was written like a year ago.
yeah. So okay, now we'll keep them coming. I'll write some choruses too. Oh, I was gonna brag about this. There's like some Minecraft video on Instagram that's going crazy right now. It has like 50,000 likes, and Never Sold is the song that's like under it. It's crazy.
Yo, what?
Yeah.
Did you send me that?
I'll ask Anastasia to send it to you.
That's crazy.
But she showed me and I was like, what?
There's a motorcycle video coming too.
Yeah, there's this guy actually. Like we can actually, I'll shout him out right now if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Just 1 second. I gotta go through my email. Oh goodness gracious, where is your man? Oh yes, where is the link? Guys, anyone who's listening, check out Ches Moto on YouTube. Ches Moto, great dirt bike vids, great editing, amazing drone shots, and now he's licensed to use our music. So I say licensed, I'm like lying out my ass right now. We literally just sent him an email. Use whatever you like, dude. Keep going. That was the license. So there you go.
Yay!
Ches Moto, one word, two Z's.
For real.
I will link him in our YouTube and give him a shout out too, so that dirt bike heads out there can reach him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go.
Thank you guys so much for like hopping on a Zoom. I know this is kind of like shabby. I don't know. Like
Nah,
I
it's
love
cool.
interviewing in person, but I don't know if that's possible right now because you guys are spread throughout the cosmos currently. But I'm glad that I was able to interview you two today because I've gotten some very thought-provoking, insightful words of wisdom from the monotypes members, Donny and Tristus.
Yes, ma'am.
Any, do you guys have any like final like words of wisdom or do you want to plug
Godspeed.
anything?
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
No, but we don't believe in wisdom, because
Just
anything can
keep
be
your
wisdom.
ears open and listen.
Yeah.
Not
Keep,
not necessarily to our music, but do that too.
just
But
listen
just
to
in
everyone.
general, just yeah.
Tune in, lock in
Be a
with what's
student
around you.
of everything.
Just keep your critical thinking in that cranium. You know what I'm saying? Just listen to everything that's going on around you. You'll be, be better off doing that than thinking that you're the shit or something.
And don't follow trends.
Because you're not. Do not follow trends at all. Whatever the trend, just no.
You gotta be the one creating them.
Trendsetter.
Yeah. As if we're very big trendsetters here.
You never know. 2026 is coming soon.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what goes on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to add something, but like, I don't know, man.
Do it, do it, add it.
Oh yes, let's make live oriented music mainstream again. Which it's difficult
It's
because
getting there. I don't know.
mainstream's dying, in general. But like while it's still there, let's just bring more live music in there, just right before it dies. Like have a proper send off to mainstream music with some good live instrumentation instead of all this, you know, program this and program that and auto tune this and auto tune that. I sound like an old head, I know, but with auto tune and all that stuff, they had their time. Now it's for some 7/4 Macedonian traditional music to reach the top of the charts. Sorry, not 7/4. It's mostly 9/8 out there, but you know.
Thank you so much, guys. This has been like so awesome. I'm so glad I got to meet you
Thank you.
and keep making great music because you have been doing that for like ever. So,
No,
Thank you.
believe it wasn't. It's not forever. Believe me, but yeah, and we'll see you in Delaware.
yes, come to Delaware. Come to Delaware 26, 27, but the first half of 27 because I'll be gone after the second half. So,
Okay, okay, we'll squeeze in
yeah,
there.
yeah, just like, in between that time, like that year and a half. That'd be great.
Okay, cool, cool. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of
Thank you.
course. See you around.
Okay, have a good day.
Bye.
God
Thank you.
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Godspeed. Bye.